I might have a hit with this one. My skin literally feels like I have nothing on my face, but it looks so full glam. This is perfect for date night, going out with your friends. This could be an everyday if you're just that type of girl. So stay to the end. I'm going to be doing a wear test just to showcase how good these setting sprays are. If you are someone who wants to learn how to do makeup, definitely keep on watching. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Invisalign life is no joke. I just realized I don't have my little rubber bands on. Let me go do that real quick. All right, now we're back. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. How are you guys doing? I have not had a sit down video in so long and I'm so excited. Like, I love just sitting down and talking. I'm a big yapper. If you booked an appointment with me, you know I like to yap. So I'm really happy to just be here right now. Okay, I was gonna film a tutorial, but I just decided to do like a sit down, get ready with me. I want to show you guys my updated makeup routine. I've changed a lot of things with my makeup and my new everyday is still giving full glam. I can't help it. I just love, I'm a full coverage girly, but you can tone it down if you want. This is definitely for the girls who may know a little bit more. If you guys want a full in-depth tutorial, I do have my how to soft glam tutorial. If you scroll down on the channel, it should be there. I'm gonna just try to film more beauty videos. While my hair is blonde, I have never gotten this many compliments in my life about my hair. I feel like I have a lot of updates to give you guys. I haven't really sat down. I feel like I've been a lot more vocal on my TikTok, which has been really well. I told myself I wanted to pour into that community just because it's a little bit easier, honestly guys, for me to make short form content compared to long form. I don't know, it's just been something with YouTube and me since I was a little kid. I feel like I should just continue on with YouTube and build like an authentic community, even if it starts really small. I'm gonna tell you guys what I'm using. I guess I'm just not gonna be giving a tutorial on how to use it, but y'all can just, you know, mimic me if you are wanting to sit down and see what I'm doing. Also, if you guys watch my vlogs, you know I have not gotten my lashes done in probably a year now, and my lash artist reached out to me. I'm her brand ambassador. I thought I was no longer a brand ambassador because I have not been to her in so long, and she was like, hey girl, can we do a set? And I just was like, you know what, let's do it. And it's so natural, it's so beautiful, it's exactly how I want it. One of my friends literally said, like, this is the length of your natural lashes, which is probably a stretch, but you know I have pretty long lashes, so I really love it, and I'm sort of getting back into myself. Life has been, honestly, life has been really good. Life with God is always amazing. I can never complain about that. I guess recently it's just been finding a church home here in Tallahassee, like one that I feel I'm building community. I'm using the Bobbi Brown vitamin enrich face base, by the way. Finding community, authentic community, and a couple of the churches that I was going to, I just felt like the community aspect was missing, and I have an amazing community of sisters in Christ, and we all honestly started to find God around the same time, which was an amazing thing, but they all left. I'm literally the only one left, and I still have my best friend Kati, and we have a new friend Cece, and we all go to church together, and it's been really nice. I think with me, I just am looking for a church that really wants to build the members that are attending and have just like that young adults community, you know, and I see it, but I just feel like Tallahassee is really lacking with finding community, finding Christian community, that is, because if I want to go get turned on a Friday night, I can easily go to the club, I can easily go to Flight, I can easily do whatever, but to find people who just want to do things that are pleasing to God, it's been really hard for me, honestly. And I don't know why. I don't think I've ever had a problem making friends, but the older I get, I feel like people in their 20s can also relate. Finding friends in your 20s, 30s, however old, it's really hard. Like, a lot of people are already friends with their friends from a million years ago, and sometimes it's just really hard to just find that community. Some updates with my makeup routine. I'm back into foundation, you guys. I found my perfect match with the Fenty Soft Lit foundation. It's her newest one. If you know, you know, girl. I have trashed the first Fenty foundation. I did not like it with me personally. I learned, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but I'm very neutral. I'm not very yellow and I'm not very red. I'm a more neutral, you know, maybe combination of the two. And this was the first foundation that I found that didn't make me look gray. It didn't make me look orange, red, or too yellow. It really matches me really well. So I love this. I spoke about this one already in one of my last makeup-y videos. the Fenty again, their little blur stick skin tint, amazing. This is so good, especially for me who I love a full coverage beat, but I don't want to feel like I have a full coverage beat on. I like to look like I have it on, but I don't want to feel like I have like layers and layers. The last new addition to my base is the Danessa Myricks skin Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint. I used this on my trip to Mexico and I really liked it. Yeah, I like her. So if you know, I've been trying to get really consistent with my posting, especially posting on YouTube, and I have a whole Mexico vlog that I have filmed that was in the midst of being edited, and while I was editing, I fell out of love with it. Genuinely I don't like it. It's weird. And I was talking to my boyfriend about it because he's like one of my biggest supporters right now when it comes to social media content creation. Really see something in me sometimes that I don't see in myself, and he's been pushing me. He's like, you know, where's the content? Like, I'm watching, like, I'm subscribed, where are you at? I had to tell him, like, when it comes to certain vlogs, I don't feel like I was giving you guys enough to watch. Like, it gave a lot of like montages, but I didn't have a lot of like sit down talking and or just showing the experience. It was just a bunch of montages, and I feel like if I'm editing something and I'm getting bored, I don't even want to push it out. You know what I'm saying? So I decided to just scrap the video. Comment below if you guys want to see it. I don't think it's terrible, but I just feel like y'all deserved better. And I feel like if I'm going to be consistent, it has to be consistently good and not consistent trash and thinking that y'all are just going to watch whatever I put out, because I'm not there yet. I'm not a Monet. I'm not an Alex. Also, y'all, I'm cream contouring. I had the NARS cream contour, but I decided to give that to my clients. I've been using this Say. It's more of like a bronzer tone versus a contour, in my opinion. You can see it's dark, but it's a very warm brown. I really like how it's been chiseling my face, and it really just blends into my skin really nice. So she's really cute. She's real cute. I feel like I'm still having trouble being like authentic on camera. Right now is one of the moments where I'm like, wow, I'm just talking to you guys like a friend on FaceTime. This is how I talk to my friends. I'm still getting over like being perceived by people and caring about what y'all are perceiving. It's really hard, especially as somebody who's been told I'm intimidating. People who don't know me, by the way. Especially as people who may fit that societal norm. I feel like people forget how hard it is for us to create authentic and real friendships, authentic and real relationships without being lusted after, without having people automatically write them off. I'm a lot deeper. I'm a lot more knowledgeable. I'm a lot sweeter than my facial features, and it can be a lot. And I don't mean to sound like, whoa, it's me. It just can be a lot sometimes and hard to make friends, especially when people already write you off the minute you walk into a room. The amount of people who meet me and are like, I did not know you were so this, you were so insightful, you were so sweet, you were so nice. I'm like, when did I ever come off as a B word? Just because I like to take Instagram pictures here and there, which I barely do anyways. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It'd be a lot sometimes. Oh, I used the Rare Beauty Happy. I'm back on this. I'm back on this color. I really like this baby pink. I feel like the pinks and me have been going together, especially now that I'm in my blonde era. I feel like it just gives me I'm a girly girl. Like, she's just so cute. So I really like this one, and it's like nude tone. It's called Dusty Rose. This is like my everyday blush tone. It's so nude-like. It gives you that nice pop of pink. I'm gonna show you guys. You can see how it's just like a little bit more dusty compared to that bright pink of Happy. I really like this one, especially for my no makeup days. I'll add just a small dot of that one, and it just really does something. So then I'm gonna be doing Too Faced. Y'all, I'm not off of Too Faced. I don't know who and what and where. I don't know who tried to say Too Faced was not that girl. Too Faced is that girl. Forever be that girl. I'm so sorry. Tarte had its run. I know the girls are on Hourglass. It's Too Faced for me. I'm sorry. Because I could do a dot of this and it gives full coverage, and I like a full coverage look, so it just fits me and my vibe a bit better. So I'm gonna literally do 3 dots of this, and then I'm gonna do a bright inner shade after. Another new thing that I'm doing in my routine, y'all can see, I'm blending out my concealer with a powder puff nowadays. I learned this from Isis MUA. She does this on her clients, and I didn't want to just try it on my clients just in case I mess somebody up. I've been doing it on myself, and when I tell you, y'all, the full coverageness of this and the blend is literally so beautiful. I have yet to find a problem with doing this method, and it blends gorgeously. Like, look, She's gorgeous. I love it. So far my walk with God has been nice. Some updates, I guess, with that also. Having a really fine boyfriend is really hard. A fine man of God, a man who like is pursuing God with you. Oh girl, it's so hard. But God has given us this journey together, and I really appreciate him. But the devil thought he had me. There was like a really strong point in time in my walk with God where I did feel myself becoming a bit more legalistic. This is L'Oreal. No, girl. This is Lancome, and this is like a really nice brightening shade. I've been going a lot brighter with my under eye as well. We're gonna let that sit just a little bit because this is very watery. If you have a really watery concealer, like if you use LA Pro Girl, which is pretty watery, put it on and let it sit for like a minute, and you'll see a lot more coverage if you want the full coverage look. If you're going for that like really soft, no makeup, just blend it right out. Yeah, I felt myself becoming a bit more legalistic. I want to tell you now, especially if you are a Christian, you're walking with God, be careful feeding yourself with too many sermons at a time. I love a good sermon. I will spend days literally just watching sermons, but learning now cannot take every word and say, okay, this was a word for me. One sermon is going to be like, God says go. The next sermon is going to be like, God said stay. And now you're going to be at home like, well, what? Like, you really have to get in your word. Like, get in your word. Say it with me. Get in your word. Like, it's so disheartening and scary for me to see a lot of people walking with Christ, but following and idolizing their pastors, the Christian influencers, the podcasters. And it scares me, especially when it's a young Christian who is just now finding God. It's so easy because you want to do right by God. It's not you moving wrong. I think the problem is you're now idolizing another person who's also just human, and we're like losing Jesus. Like, we're losing sight of God because you want to be like XYZ in this person when God did not call you to be that. It's scary, y'all. It's scary out here in the Christian world because you have TikTok. Oh, and I'm using Laura Mercier. I will never turn my back on this girl. Laura has never done me wrong. Who has done me wrong before? But Laura and Dermablend will never. But it's really scary. I think about like the new, like up and coming people who are just giving their life to God, and they want to obviously change the things that they watch and find new Christian people to fill their time, right? But I just want to remind people, if you take the word of somebody else more than God's word, if you can hear someone else so clear but you still don't know the voice of God, that's a problem. And I think just learning God for yourself is so important. And I know when I first really was like, you know what, I grew up in the church, I know of God, but I'm really gonna like walk a godly lifestyle. I'm gonna change my life. When I started to do that, the first thing I did was start implementing people around me. I cut a lot of people off. I started to watch and feed my ear and eye gates with just holy things, which was sermons and Christian podcasts and whatever it may be. It was so easy for me to start comparing my life, start saying, well, if she does this and this is okay, and if she's gonna do this, then I should do that too. And it just gets to that point where like now we are idolizing people. That is not what God has for you. I kind of really realize, like, just because God moved in this way in this person's life does not mean that he's gonna move that way in mine. We are on 10 million different journeys, but as long as I'm keeping Jesus at the center, I'm gonna be moving fine. But it just gets really scary and odd when I start to see people following a blueprint of how God moved in someone else's life and doing the same thing in theirs and acting like this is just how God moves. The way God moved in my mother's life is not going to be the way that God moves in my life, but it's still going to be an amazing thing, but it's just going to correlate more to me. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay, now that we look white and crazy, this is probably where the girls who don't really know what they're doing yet get to this point and you're like, I messed up, I look too white. You didn't mess up, babe. You just don't have a pressed powder. Now that I have set myself with a loose powder, and if you notice, I set myself very sheer. I'm not baking, it's a very sheer layer. I'm gonna take a pressed powder that is my skin tone. I'm gonna get it on a powder brush, and I'm gonna just pat. So this is gonna bring my natural color back to my face. You can see me getting back, you know, brown. I'm just not going to put this in my under eye because I still want that to be really bright and pretty. I could talk about this for days, y'all. Like, it's been really interesting, especially as someone who has idolized friends and relationships. The topic of idolization is just such a hot topic right now, especially in the Black community, especially right now about like D9 and people who crossed. My mom went to a Thai tribute concert and he was talking about it. I don't know, I'm just seeing a lot of Christians pointing fingers. I'm seeing a lot of Christians like, you're idolizing. Lord literally said, how dare you talk about the stone in her eye when you have a log in yours? How many of y'all idolize that phone? How many of y'all idolize that job, that career, money? How many of y'all idolize that boyfriend? How many of y'all idolize, what else can you idolize? That TV show? Anything that you put before God is an idolization. Period, point blank. Let's talk about that. And my thing is, if you are wanting to lead people to Christ and you genuinely want to see people get a deeper relationship, Galatians says, if you see a brother and sister messing up, humbly and gently lead them back to him. Humbly and gently. The way a lot of y'all talk at people versus talking to them and speaking to them with care. I get in these rants, y'all. I can't get out of it, okay? I'm sorry, but I'm just such a passionate Christian. And my favorite thing to say is I could be dead wrong. If I'm wrong, correct me right now. Correct me, please. But remember, humbly and gently. Anyways, now that we're set, I'm gonna do my first spray down. I'm gonna be using the Revlon Super Stay. I ran out of my Morphe mist. I really like the Morphe one. This is more of a finishing spray, but I'm gonna do it in the middle, just to show my clients that the same way that I drench y'all, I drench myself, okay? It's all a part of the process. What's another update? What's another update? Me and my man are still going strong. Yeah, clock it. The biggest thing that I can say that I feel like has helped me with not only my relationship but friendships as well is to ask God to show me the heart. Show me the heart of this person. Show me how they see me. Show me how they talk about me in other rooms. Show me what is really going on that phone. Like, God, just reveal whatever it is you need to reveal to me so I can know. Because there's nothing worse than being blindsided, in my opinion, just because I've been blindsided in so many of my relationships where I think everything's being good and then I get tagged on Twitter or I get sent a DM. And it's just like, it's very embarrassing. Like, you know that feeling when your stomach just drops? It just goes, like, yeah. Don't make me feel like that. The minute that stomach dropped, I got to go. I have to leave this relationship. So I added some blush. Again, we're going for a bright pink. She's really cute. And I'm gonna add a little bit of a nose contour. This is just with my bronzer. I don't do nose contour very harsh like I used to. I find myself just liking my natural nose. I don't want to edit my nose. I don't want to do nothing. I just want my nose to just be my nose. So another thing that I feel like I do now is I don't really do a black liner. I keep it really chocolatey, which I love. I love a nice chocolate liner. If you feel like black is just too harsh for you, try a brown, a dark brown, a light brown, whatever it may be. One thing that I think the girls don't really know about when doing your waterline is majority of you guys aren't getting the full pigment and the full power because you're scared, one. And two, you're not pulling your waterline down. So I find that this trick really helps me. So I usually take my powder puff and I just pull it down a little bit and I get on that waterline fully. That way it's far away so I'm not scared I'm going to poke myself in the eye. But I also get a full view of where I'm going. Sometimes I be watching these tutorials and girls are just literally like right here and you're not really getting your full waterline. So don't be afraid to just pull down, get on that line, and period. I just love the difference that it makes. It low-key makes my eyes bigger, which I feel like they say it makes your eyes smaller, but for me I feel like it makes my eyes look, it just makes them pop. Okay, now I'm gonna take my bronzer and I'm just gonna put it right below my eye just to like fluff it out and to give me some more brown warmth. Please, please, please don't prove I'm right. Okay, you can stop here with the brightness. I feel like this is still really bright and pretty, but I've just been in my like I wanted to like scare you. So I'm gonna take the Easy Bake. I got this in peach pie, which I think is a little bit too bright, so I don't gotta add a lot, but I'm just gonna dust this right. I know y'all see a little bit of a difference compared to that. Last Christmas I gave you my heart. Perfect. Perfect. Hey, I have two new favorite liners, you guys. So the first one is Cola by Juvia's Place, and the other one is Cool Brown by Anastasia. This is my everyday brown. This is the color. This is the brown for me. It's perfect. Like, it's not too dark, but you can literally do this with the light gloss and it's just perfect. So I'm gonna do this. So cute. And then Cola is just a little bit darker, so I'm gonna do it on the other side just so you guys can see. Just a little bit darker. I'm gonna do Cool Brown to line my entire lips, and then add Cola just to emphasize the shape a little bit. So we're gonna just line my lips. To make sure that you're even, just go like this, and then you can see if you need to go up or down on one side or the other. And if you have like a darker brown, like how I have Cola, just add that to these parts of your lip like this. Just, it'll help give you a nice like pout. I know I already have like big lips, but I still go for like a Bratz doll, like big lip type of look. I just think it fits me really well. Then another pickup that I got when I picked up the liner, I got this lip velvet in the shade Crush. I really like this one. It's like a muted pink. It's not bright at all, you'll see. It literally matches my lips. Perfect. Perfect. Hey, have a good day. For me, I just feel like I'm sort of over that super bright baby pink in the middle, so this definitely helps. I'm gonna use the shade Madeline. I'm gonna just add this all over. This helps to nuden it out and just make it a little bit lighter. Like, look at how natural that lip looks. I love it. It just looks like this is fitting. Like, this is the color. It's not too bright, it's not too pink. It's like a nice deep nude, and I love it. I really do. Now, if you want something a little bit brighter, and you really like that bright baby pink, you can always just add a bright baby pink. This shade is called Guava by Anastasia, and I'll show you guys. Just by adding this to the middle like this, it just brightens it up a little bit. So if you want to have a little bit of a lighter color in the middle, just keep going. Never just don't stop. Just keep adding layers. As long as you have good products, you won't get that, you know, that pull. But even with this, it still looks really natural and still very, very, very beautiful. Y'all know I'm a highlighter girl. I love Rare Beauty's highlighters. They just break really easily. Like, this broke, I think, within my first day. This is the shade Flaunt. So as much as I love it, it's just be careful, because it is, I'm sure, like an expensive product. I don't want it to break on me. And it broke really easily. I always use the Natasha Denona Rose Cheek Duo. This is probably my favorite shade, but recently I started to fall back in love with Rare Beauty. It's the softest highlight. It's the most natural in my opinion, but it still gives you that shine. So I'm gonna dip into my crackled little baby here, and I always just smile. You see how I already have a natural highlight right there? No, I just want to emphasize that. So I'm just gonna smile. Shut up. Shut up. Oh my gosh. Okay, same thing. I already have a natural highlight. You have a natural highlight as well, and you have a natural contour. Find where that is and work with your face shape. Stop following tutorials that work with someone else's face shape. Find someone who looks like you, take their tips, and follow that. Okay, so I have a natural whatever. Like, shut up, y'all. My favorite thing about it is from the front, you can't tell that I'm about to blind you. Like, from the front, you're like, oh, you can't tell. It's the softest, most beautiful highlighter. I just wish it didn't break on me. Rare Beauty, if you ever watch this, who knows, send me a new one. Yeah, no, that's gorgeous. I like to blend my highlighter out. I don't, as much as this is beautiful, I don't like for it to look like just like a line. So I add whatever blush I use. I usually go with that baby pink, and I just go on top of it. And this just helps it look like it's coming from within my skin, you know. This is like from within. So yeah, we love that. So I used to really love doing a bright pop of highlighter in my inner corner. Recently I've been finding like a cream, nude, and or white in that inner corner has been doing it for me. I still love doing like a highlighter in the inner corner, don't get me wrong, I like that sparkle right there, but for looks like this, let's go for like a lighter color. I have this nude, I have a nude and a white, but I'm gonna go for the nude because sometimes the white, especially I'm a black girl, the white can be a little extra. So this is called Butter Pecan by Beauty by Melissa. And I'm just gonna literally add this into my inner corner. Like, how gorgeous are you? You're gorge. You're gorge. It just brightens up everything. I talk to myself how my mom talks to me. Like, my mom makes these little commentaries and just hypes me up all day, and I feel like I just talk to myself the way my mom does. Okay, I forgot to do my nose highlight. Don't forget the nose highlight. I like to use a small little brush like this, like a pencil size brush. I love it. I eat it up. I love a small little button nose. I realize with my clients not everyone does, so I use a more fluffy brush on their nose. But if a girl asks for more, like I'll use a more detailed brush like this. I just like for my nose to look like reindeer. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. Yeah, like that. That's how I like my nose to look. We're gonna do our last sprays. I'm gonna do one size in Charlotte Tilbury. I have a client at 4 o'clock and it's 2:48. So I'll probably just show up to work looking this good and she's gonna be like, what the hell? But I really do like this setting spray. I just don't like how sticky it feels. So sometimes I'll go for the Makeup Revolution, but I'm gonna do all three. And then we're gonna do one size. So it is $2.49. I definitely think I want to do a wear test because I want to show you guys, this is the same like steps that I do on my clients, and I want to show you guys just how wear-proof my makeup is. My clients always compliment me and tell me like, girl, my makeup lasted so long, it looks so good all day. But I like to just see for myself, so we're definitely gonna do a wear test with this. I'm gonna go to work, probably go get food, and I'll come back and show you guys how I look later. So whenever you're like done setting, you're not done. I love, and I feel like my makeup turns out to be amazing, especially in pictures, because I always do last touches. Even after I spray, I add just a little bit more powder under that eye just to make sure it's like proof. I add it wherever else I feel like I need. I usually do go back in with a little bit more blush or contour and bronze. I just like to go over literally everything just to make sure before I leave the house, like, we are, you know, together forever. This is what ADHD looks like, you guys. I hope you know. This is literally like, if you guys are in a room with me and my best friend for like more than 15 seconds, I apologize, because it's definitely ADHD. Oh my god, look at my teeth. So yeah, ew. This happens. Okay, so I'm sorry if I've been smiling at people and it looks like I'm bleeding in my mouth. Like, ew, that's disgusting. The last and final step, I always add bottom lashes. I don't like to get them with my minks because I have naturally long lashes and I feel like it's a waste. It's a waste of their time and it's a waste of money because I could literally, I could do it myself, you know, with a little brush. So cute. I love big lashes. I just realized that like sometimes my bottom lashes, if I'm going for a more natural look, it can look a little scary, but for a look like this, I just feel like bottom lashes just give. And I can't help that mine literally look like my top lashes. Like, they're so long. Yeah. And I do that last because sometimes if I spray too fast, that mascara is not dry yet. So if I squeeze, it's just gonna get everywhere. So I usually do this as the last thing because it's gonna dry on its own and I don't have to worry about with the spray and everything else. I just wet my hair for the first time in a week and my hair was so ghetto and ugly, but I love that she gave me human hair because this is gonna last me. I've had this hair for a month in my head now. It still looks really good. So this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed my new updated makeup routine. A lot of the things are still the same, but I do some different steps now and I have upgraded a lot of my products. I've been buying myself a lot more makeup and I hope you guys can see in the difference of my makeup. Like, I just feel like it wears so beautifully. I love my face. So it's 2:55 right now. I'm gonna come back later just so you guys can see a full wear test. Okay, yeah, I just came back from work. I went to work and then I went to Starbucks, so I was outside for a little bit. Is it focused? It is currently 6:05 and this is how we're looking. When you're outside in natural light, I feel like everything looks harsher, so I realized the blush was a bit much for me, but I feel like blush is such a trend nowadays, so I didn't feel that crazy. But I'll probably go lighter with the blush next time just because I'm into more of like a natural blush. But so far so good. I'm gonna go back into my little studio lights. They're not studio lights, but my little mirror lights. Here's some extra light. We're still going strong. I don't feel oily at all. I'll give you guys an up close as well. I do feel a little more glowy, but nothing too crazy. Period. Okay, I'm about to wipe it off. It is currently 9:42. It's very late. The face still looks good. I do see a bit more oils in this area compared to the beginning, but I still feel like the face is eating, I have to say. Nothing that like a powder and or a napkin can't fix. So I'm actually gonna try to do that really quick while we're here. And I'm on the floor because I'm gonna take my makeup off. So okay, so I'm gonna just take a little powder. What is this? A cotton round. And you could literally take a toilet paper or whatever it may be, but do you see how that just picked up all the oil right there just by me tapping it? I usually use a toilet paper because it's really lightweight and thin, but you can see how this looks a lot more oily than this one. And all I'm doing is lightly pressing just in that area, and we're back to normal. We still have a really nice highlight, which I love, but you can still see that my face looks pretty matte still, which I like. So, and it picked up a light amount of foundation, or I guess this would be powder, but nothing crazy. Okay, so that is my full wear test of my new routine. I'm gonna be filming a lot more makeup tutorials. Definitely comment down below some looks that you want to master, that you want me to try and or give you guys tutorials on. I would love to share. Definitely don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more from me, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.